Hello, we are on a lot of platforms right now. Welcome to Christy-Faith Live. Hello, everybody. How are you? I hope you're doing okay. Welcome. I had to go live tonight because I got so many messages that today was your first day of homeschool. Hello, Daja. Was today your first day of homeschool? You guys, if I am having a bad hair night, just don't say anything because this is what it zhuzhing looks like right after Pilates and a project day. I was working on my hello, welcome, hi. I am on a lot of platforms. I am Christy-Faith. Hi, I am author of this book, Homeschool Rising. I have been in education for over 20 years. I can answer any and all of your questions about homeschooling, education, unique learning profiles. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Is Julie G here? Oh my goodness. Look at all my lovelies, the ladies that I love. Hey, can you give me a thumbs up if my mic is okay? Both on Instagram, YouTube. I want to know from you guys as well. Am I good? Babe, can you turn on that fan? Poor guy, he does 1,000 things. Thanks. And you're cute. Welcome, guys. I wanted to go, hi, Erin. Okay, so I wanted to go live tonight because whether you're in Thrive or not, I know that a lot of you started homeschooling today. I did not. I'm not starting for a little bit here. But hi, Jules. Hi, Kayla. Hello, Erin. I would love to know if you had your first day today or if it's going to be this week. I know the public schools go back around here in my area this coming Wednesday, and I was able to tell the kids, you're not going back. They were super pumped. Honestly, usually we start before the public schools start in my area, but that's just not in our cards this year. So we're not doing it. Welcome, everybody. Hi, this is Christy-Faith here coming to you live right now to answer any and all of your questions about homeschooling. I want to know if you're a brand new homeschooler, please make yourself known. Tell me where you're from. I want to know if you are, an under 5-year homeschooler. Please let me know in the comments. And then those veteran mamas, you better stay. You better stay and help me mentor these younger mamas. Welcome. Oh my goodness, Jules, that's so sweet. Last week I started and my kiddo hates it and said Sunday night, I'm so excited for school. Oh my goodness, yes. And Jules and I have been a little bit on that journey together and it's so, so exciting. Yeah, do we have our first question?
Well, Fly Fishing with Christy said they're starting today, starting their 11th year.
Woohoo! Oh my goodness, please stay here tonight. Do I know you? Who is it? What platform is she on?
She is on TikTok.
Oh my goodness, yay! You're starting your 11th year. First year, Florida. Hope to finish planning and start by the end of August. Yay! Awesome! And that is Chloe. I absolutely love it. Oh, I know. And Julie is like the most supportive human being I've ever met on the planet. Yes.
Holly, this will be our 3rd year, but I still feel new.
Oh my goodness.
From Milford, Pennsylvania.
Okay, Holly, I don't want you to feel new. Check out, I'm not going to talk, only if you guys ask will I talk about Thrive Homeschool Community. But girl, if you're still feeling new and you're starting your 3rd year, we want to help you. We want to come around you. Please, please, please consider joining Thrive. You guys can go to the page on my website. You can go there right now if you want. Do you guys want me to talk about the freebies that I have for you? I have really good freebies. I have a 21-page how to homeschool guide. If you are on the fence right now and you are like, no, I do not want to send my kid to school this Wednesday, guess what? You don't have to. Even if they've been in school 1 week and you decide you want to homeschool, guess what? You can homeschool. You can pull your child out of school whenever you darn well please, and you can do it legally, and we are here to help you every step of the way. Oh my goodness. Oh, Mariah. Yeah, are you in one of the states that requires a school name? Are you in California? Hi, Stacy. How are you feeling? Yay! Awesome. I feel like my lights are too bright and my hair's too post Pilates right now. What should we be doing with my hair right now?
Going with them.
Go. Thanks.
Our first year.
Go. Did you hear Scott? He said going with it.
Our first year was last year, and we start week after next again. 4th, 7th, and 9th.
4th, 7th, and 9th. That's awesome. What platform is this mama on? What's her name? On TikTok. I love it. Samantha, happy homeschooling. You guys, I am here tonight with you. Please let me know your biggest fears. What are your anxieties for the new school year? I want to hear what you are pumped about for this year. But specifically, if you have been homeschooling, I want to hear what you are doing differently this year that you haven't done before and why you think it's going to be a game changer, because there's a lot of people in that boat. I am getting lots of DMs in Thrive about mamas and what they are doing differently after they've gone through the fail-safe setup and the 8-step framework.
Stacy Rash starts next week on Instagram.
Woo! Stacy, hi on Instagram. Ashley, where?
I think you're Ashley on Insta. 4th year this year.
Awesome. Yay! I love it.
Liana, grown unschooler, 7 years unschooling parent.
Oh, I love it. That's so awesome. You know what I was thinking about today? So I was doing some writing on parenting, and I came across this study from Ohio State that the more stressed out and anxious we are about our parenting, that it actually backfires on us. I want to know if you guys have experienced this too. It backfires on us and actually is more damaging than helpful to our children. And I read that and I was like, oh, brother, who errs on the side of a little bit of perfectionism with their parenting? I know I do. Yeah. Yeah.
We have Lewis family. We just started today. Twins in 2nd grade.
Oh, I have twins.
Need help with what our 1-year-old and 3-year-old can do while we're in school.
Yes, a 1-year-old, a 3-year-old, and then twins. Girl, I hear ya. What platform is she on?
She's on TikTok.
Yeah, so I had a very similar situation. I had a baby, 2-year-old twins, and it was my first year homeschooling my own child. I remember it vividly, and it was rough, but we got through it. It was a lot of let's steal 10 minutes here, a lot of busy bags and exhaustion. Honestly, what's interesting is a lot of people quit homeschooling in the junior high years for a lot of reasons. I find the hardest years to be when you have those littles. Like I'm talking a baby, a toddler, and you're trying to homeschool the oldest. Honestly, because it's not just the mental load and the pressure, and you're trying to teach your oldest child how to read. Who can relate to this? Who can relate to this? And the pressure is on us. And it's usually our first child, right? That we're homeschooling when we have those little babies. And we have so much pressure on ourselves. Am I going to mess this up? Are they ever going to learn to read? And we have not only the mental load of the household, we have the mental load now of the homeschooling. But can we talk a little bit about the physical labor of having kids that age? And even when the oldest, who may be only 5, can do a lot, but can't, do the dishes yet, right? Maybe fill a couple of plastic things in the dishwasher, maybe. But, and I think it's really hard. So let's give this mama hugs, because when you can make it through those early years, let me tell you now on the other side of it, where my youngest is a lot older than that, it's a dream, especially when you work towards them being more independent learners, which actually that is the subject of my masterclass that I'm teaching Wednesday night. Yay! I cannot wait. I've been wanting to teach this masterclass for over a year, and it is how to cultivate independent learning, self-governance, self-starters, kiddos who can wake up and start the stuff on their own while you're cooking breakfast. That is what my masterclass is on Wednesday. I have been wanting to teach this one forever, and finally it's happening. I'm so excited. Okay, yes.
Mandy, any recommendations for reading motivation? I feel like they look at it like a chore. Kindergarten and 1st grade. Mandy on TikTok.
Mandy, what curriculum are you in?
Samantha says, I work a full-time job and homeschool all 3 different grades. Y'all can do it.
Yes, you can. Hey, Samantha, did you know, are you in Thrive? Did you know we have a working moms mastermind in Thrive? We meet once a month. You would be awesome in there. You would be so fun to have. You're a pro.
Brianna, my oldest will be a 6th grader, and I'm kind of stressing 11, 6, 3, and new baby in Jan.
Okay. Wow. 11, 6, 3, new baby in Jan. Yeah, girl, you got it. You got it. Are you struggling with anything in particular? Are there any decisions you're struggling to make? Are you worried that the systems you've currently been able to work through aren't going to work anymore? Let me know. What platform is she on?
TikTok.
Okay. Yeah, let me know. Come in the comments. We're here to support you.
Mandy just finished All About Reading Level 1.
Okay, All About Reading's decent. And they're pushing back on it. Interesting. Okay, Mandy, you don't suspect, I'm not suggesting, just so you, but you don't suspect any issues with the reading at all?
Samara, we're just getting more deep with our Bible study, the most essential piece.
Yes, I love that. Who in here does morning devotionals or morning Bible studies with your kiddos? We do not need to be ashamed of that, by the way. We have the freedom in our country to raise our kiddos with our values and our faith, and there is nothing to be ashamed about that. We are not indoctrinating our kids. In fact, let's have a soapbox moment about indoctrination for a second. Homeschoolers are often accused of indoctrinating our kids with our religious beliefs in the Bible and blah, 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 blah. What's so hilarious about that is in the last 30 years, it is the homeschool movement, particularly the classical movement, that has been the forefront of critical thinking and reasoning. And I just want to remind you, for anyone here who's like, homeschoolers are weird, homeschoolers are indoctrinators, homeschool kids are not socialized, can you just stay here for a second? Because what I want to tell you is that we are actually the ones that are fighting for our kids to learn how to think, not what to think. The history of the compulsory education system in our country, public schooling, was literally designed to create non-thinking workers, followers. I kid you not. Go look it up for yourself. You can find it in my book. I am a trained historian. I wrote this book. Chapter 3 is on the history of compulsory schooling. You can challenge me. You can go ahead and try, and I will eat you for lunch. Yes, this public school system was literally designed to indoctrinate and to create children who would be followers and easily controllable by the elites, including the government elites. That was bold. Okay.
Back to Mandy.
All right, Mandy. She's like, help me with my toddler. We can help you. We can help you.
They love the workbook. They push back with the readers. This was...
Oh, they push back with the readers.
Yeah, she was all about reading.
Yeah, I love that. That's a really great program. You know, it is a really great program. It is not the program I chose, but it is a solid program. And maybe you can do different readers, and I would reach out to them. Their customer service is really good. They do not pay me. They should. I do not endorse them. They should pay me for me to endorse them. I bring them a lot of business. If you're listening all about reading, someone tag them right now because they should absolutely be sponsoring my podcast. And I would reach out to them and say, hey, I'm getting pushback on the readers. Do you have a different set of readers that you would suggest for me? I would absolutely do that.
Kendra, Kayla in the house. TikTok.
Kendra.
Kayla wants someone to...
Kendra, did you DM me back? You did, right? Yeah. I haven't checked since early afternoon.
Kayla wants someone to challenge you.
Oh, yeah.
She says, make my day.
No trolls?
No.
Why don't I get any trolls anymore? They used to come in all the time.
Boldly beautiful. Kids in public school are identifying as cats.
Yes, they are.
They aren't weird anymore.
Apparently. Yeah. But apparently we're awkward. I have an entire chapter on socialization. It is chapter 7 in my book, Homeschool Rising. If you are on this live tonight and you think homeschoolers are awkward and they are different, read chapter 7. Newsflash, we are different. And it's kind of the point because we are not peer-oriented. Our kiddos are comfortable in their own skin. We are not obsessed with fitting in. we do present differently. And my argument is that that is healthy. Okay. I'm feisty.
Desira, sorry, 21. Over on Instagram.
Hi.
She says.
Desira. I'm trying to look.
She likes Memoria Press for their phonics.
Yeah, Memoria Press has great phonics. Their spelling is great. Absolutely. Memoria is a solid program. It's classical. So let's talk about my quiz. If you don't know what homeschooling style you are, take my 5-minute homeschool style finder that's free. It's totally free. The cool thing about my homeschool style finder, which is free, as I said, is that it's not sponsored by a curriculum company. Because often, if you look at the fine print, a lot of those style finders on the internet are sponsored by curriculum companies. And guess what you're going to come out as? Maybe something that makes you want to buy their stuff. My style finder, I obsessed over 2 things. One, making it accurate, because I don't care what kind of homeschooler you are. I support you in whatever kind of homeschooler you are. My goal is to find who you are, true to yourself, your values, your desires, and your dreams for your kiddos. So it's completely unbiased. And the second thing that I was really after is I needed to make it quick. I didn't want to have anyone have to sit there like 100 questions. So that accuracy combined with speed was hard to achieve. It took a lot of time with programmers. It's a great quiz. I get amazing feedback on it. It's called the 5-minute homeschool style finder. Go take it now and then come back on this live and tell me what you came out as. If you don't know your style, you need to know it before you start spending big money on curriculum. You really do. Like someone mentioned Memoria Press earlier, that's classical. If you're into Bob Jones, that's traditional. Abeka is traditional. Monarch AOP, traditional. You're going to look at Simply Charlotte Mason, A Gentle Feast, other ones, Charlotte Mason. So you really do need to know what style you are before you start spending big bucks, because you're going to end up wasting a lot of money, a lot of frustration with you and the kiddos. It's the 5-minute homeschool style finder. It's right in my bio, whatever, the things that we're supposed to do as influencers, the pointing. Just go there right now. Come back. It'll only take 5 minutes. I'll still be here. Yes, question.
DJ on TikTok. Christy, is there a language arts program like CTC Math?
Is there a language arts program like CTC Math? Okay, so go to one of my free downloads are my curriculum recommendations, and I have an entire section there for language arts. CTC Math is online. There are online language arts programs, and I do think I have them listed in there. So.
Boldly Beautiful says, I use the good and the beautiful. Do you like it? For language and math?
Yeah, I think the good and the beautiful is solid. I need to, what I have said in Thrive, I will not say here.
Ashley.
Yes.
Ashley. 100% accurate when I was brand new Thrive member.
Woohoo!
I took it. Very accurate to how I was homeschooling.
Yeah.
Your style finder.
Good. And someone here, Samantha loves AOP. Awesome. Love it. Yeah, it's solid. I find that traditional style homeschoolers that use AOP are usually pretty happy, which I love, and I love the program. And I use, by the way, if you're like, what are you, Christy? I'm an eclectic homeschooler, and I use all of it. I use I'm kind of a homeschooler by subject. So some subjects I'm pretty traditional. Other subjects, I'm pretty Charlotte Mason. Other ones, I'm very classical. If you know, you know. The ladies in Thrive know. If you guys have any questions about Thrive Homeschool Community, ask. Otherwise, I'm not really going to talk about it tonight because I'm here to support you and answer any of your homeschool questions. But do ask, and if we see a question in there about Thrive, I'll answer it. And I love that my Thrive ladies came to hang out with me. Oh, which reminds me. Have you guys listened to part 1 of me, Denise, and Marnie? I'm just so curious. And then part 2 is dropping Wednesday, and you're going to love it because there's like 5 instances where I'm like, why did I say that? So you're probably going to love it because we know embarrassment has left the room when it comes to me.
I want my kids to all feel seen and tended to.
Oh, who said that? We need to give her hugs. Brianna. Oh. Awesome. Is someone putting links in there for me? You guys are so sweet. Julie, are you going to be able to be there live Wednesday? Yes.
An opportunity to learn.
Oh, yeah. Samantha, I love that. That's so cool.
New to this homeschooling thing.
Okay.
Scared. Not
Accurate.
Sure if I should do it.
Both things, normal. Scared, not sure if I'm going to do it. Worried I'm going to mess this up. Will my kid turn out weird? Will they not get into college? All of those things, absolutely normal. Completely and absolutely normal. It's one of the reasons why I'm here, why I started Thrive Homeschool Community, is so we can replace those beliefs with truth, and that you are the most qualified to do this. Do you need really good sources and sourcing? Yeah, you do. But it's there. It's there. It's readily available. And without really even trying that hard, you can do a better job than the public school system. So I believe in you, and I know that you can do it. If you guys need any support, you can look at Thrive Homeschool Community, because this is what we help you with. We help you with these beliefs. And I'm not about just saying that's not true, don't believe that. I think that in order to, it's kind of like dieting. I talk about this in my book. You don't just stop. The mentality is not going to help you if you're like, I'm just going to stop eating bad foods. I'm reminded of the potato chips I basically had for dinner tonight. Scott knows because he saw me like, and we got to replace it with health, right? The way that you become a healthy person who can lose weight, if you want to lose weight. Well, now there's Ozempic, so people can do it. Don't you feel like everybody's on Ozempic? I do. But we replace it with healthy, better options. And that is what I like to do for you guys. I like to replace with truth and light, and that you are enough, you are capable. And it's not your fault that you've been imprinted that you're not capable. That is not your fault. We have all grown up in this system, which I do want to say, just out of a perspective here, this system that we grew up in and that we are now in the United States and also across the globe, it's about in America, it's about 150 years old. In the span of the world, history of the world, that's nothing. So you got to have perspective that this state-sponsored compulsory education is still an experiment. And if you look at the statistics, it is failing miserably at educating children. It's not failing miserably at what it set out to do. It's actually very effective at what it set out to do. But in educating children that aligns with their cognitive development, emotional development, what they need in their childhood and what they need in their home, it fails miserably. And I believe with a motivated parent and a loving home, there is no better option on the planet than homeschooling. It is how education was viewed eons before. 150 years ago, it was just education. Now it's like this whole divisive thing like, oh, you're a weirdo. No, we're actually like reclaiming the way it used to be when it worked. So I talk about that in my book. The colonies before compulsory education had the highest literacy rate in the world. Who was educating those children? The moms. So, okay.
She say.
Is this too clicky? Okay.
Waldorf unit studies interest-led is my top 3.
Waldorf and what else?
Unit studies.
Unit studies.
And interest.
Oh, I love it. You're so fun. Your kids are going to have a blast.
Peacefully relaxed, unschooling, Charlotte Mason, Montessori is my style.
Awesome. How fantastic. I love it, you guys. So if you have gathered from me is I actually love all the styles. I think there's value in all of them and a lot to learn from all the styles. So in Thrive Homeschool Community, we have mamas from all the styles. And we support you.
Classical, Charlotte Mason, and Montessori.
Classical, Charlotte Mason, Montessori. Yeah, there's 9 different styles.
That's
Maria. Awesome. Yay. She said Charla. I love it. I usually do CM. I should say Charla. We should just rename it. Charla instead of Charlotte Mason. I like it.
I have a 9th grader and I'm worried about college.
Okay, girl. Don't worry about college. Did you know we have an office hours every month for teens? And we walk you through this stuff. And I am already in talks with some amazing masterclass teachers that are going to walk us through all of that. I also have workshops already in Thrive that walk you through high school transcripts, college readiness, things like that. So I know it's scary until you realize that it's not scary, right? Just like everything. It's scary until you realize it's not scary. I know. And you think that high school transcripts are really complicated and really hard until you've done your first one. A lot of parents pay money for a consultant to do their first college, high school transcript so that their kid is ready for college. And then you just never need to pay anyone again and you realize you probably didn't need to pay someone in the first place because it's really not that hard at all. I'm going to have a lady in Thrive about she works for a college that actively recruits homeschoolers, and she's going to go over kind of the do's and don'ts of what they are looking for in college readiness for kiddos. Now, is college for everybody? No, you guys know this. I have had people on my podcast that are like degree-free people. But we support you in what your kiddo wants and what you want for your family. So
yes. Ooh, I love the emails I get from you. They're so helpful.
Oh my goodness. Did you get the bookmarks? Did someone get my bookmarks? I think my bookmarks are cute. Do they get those?
She said yes.
Yeah, awesome. Did you get the bookworm one? Did you give it to your kid? Because that's why I made that one, the bookworm. Yeah, I love it. Awesome. Very cool.
Charlotte Mason, Waldorf, and unit studies are my top 3.
I love it. Awesome. So great. You guys, if you are curious what curriculum to buy that fits into your style, you can grab my curriculum recommendations. It's a free download, and I go by subject. So foreign language, literature, science, math, and I list the programs and curricula options that I feel are reputable in our space. So go ahead and download that.
Office hours are so helpful.
Oh.
So does Ashley. And Ashley says, did I miss an email with bookmarks?
Ashley, are you in Thrive?
Yeah, exactly.
If you're in Thrive, you didn't get it. But, girl, go to in Thrive right now. In fact, you can just leave here and do it now if you want. Go to the free in Thrive. I have the free downloads button, and I put them there. So you don't have to go through, you don't have to go in and put in your email to get it because you're already in Thrive. We don't need that anymore because you're in Thrive. So the bookmarks are there. Like I remember putting them there.
How many children did you homeschool? I'm new here. She's on Insta.
Hello. Awesome. I'm so glad you're here. Let's give this mama a hug. So I have homeschooled a lot of children before I homeschooled my own. And my 4 children, so I used to support the system until my awakening, and I don't support the system anymore. I don't think everyone can homeschool. I don't think everyone should homeschool, but I do believe that in a loving home with a motivated parent, it truly is the best option in terms of maintaining that connection that kids need and a proper education, which to me is more than vocation training and regurgitation. It's more of the cultivation of a human being and a beautiful childhood with space and a lot of love. So I homeschooled my 4 kiddos, and they have never set foot in a public school. Yes.
Thank you. I love you.
Oh, I love whoever. Oh, sorry. You weren't telling me you love me.
Well, I do.
Was that you?
No, that's a username.
Oh. This is hilarious.
At which grade level do you think we should introduce history? She asked over on TikTok.
I love that question. Let's nerd out about history for a second. Who wants to nerd out? Kelly's saying hi, Christy and Scott. All right. So I have a master's degree in history. First off, you should know my kids have never cracked open a textbook. We use living books for history. You can do what you want. It's just my preference. You're not damaging your kid if you don't do it. Don't worry. I think textbooks are great, especially as spines, very valuable. So, and here's what we need to ask ourselves when it comes to learning history. We need to ask ourselves, why are we learning history? So it's one thing if you're doing memory work and your kids are getting a timeline and jingles in their head. There actually is a value to that. That is much different than like rote memorization and regurgitation for a test, usually because a lot of memory work lasts for years. So it really solidifies. They don't actually forget it, especially if you have the repetitions in place. And it's kind of nice as a framework, because then when they're in 6th, 7th, 8th grade and they read about Alexander the Great or different, Kublai Khan and things like that, they have in their mind when this is taking place in the history of the world. So, but what I will say is little kids, like young, kindergarten, why? I mean, maybe some of those history jingles, because later they're pegs that later they will help them contextualize things. But the true reason for learning history is to be changed inwardly, to develop as human beings, to think critically and evaluate other people's mistakes. So hopefully we don't make them. And so for that reason, I'm not a big stickler on history until like kind of more early elementary. No, I'm not. None of my preschoolers, we did not do history. Yes.
Over on Facebook, Holly.
Hi, Holly.
I'm going into my first year homeschooling high school.
Yes.
My 4th year, super eclectic.
Woohoo.
For open and go.
Yes.
My twins did all their middle school credits together.
Nice.
Last year.
Love.
I'm changing them to CTC Math.
Okay.
Per your enthusiasm.
Okay.
But science and social studies are freaking me out.
Science and social.
Any words of advice?
Well, I just talked about, what would really ignite a flame with history is, have you done with living books, or were you kind of a story of the world mama? What were you? I'd love to hear from her. Okay. And then here's what grade again? Going into 9th. Yeah. Going into 9th is when you start to have to get a little bit more serious and maybe even textbooky, especially if they're college bound with the science. So, you can do, if they like to learn with other kiddos, you can look for some online classes, maybe some in-person classes. Are you? Do you see her? Did you see her?
Yes, a visitor.
Did someone say that?
No, but
we had a visitor. I saw you looking at her, and then I'm sure people saw that. Okay. Where was I? Oh, yeah. So I think a great option for science in the high school years is together learning in some capacity, whether it's an online academy that specializes in homeschooling, something in person, something co-op-y, where they're doing the science experiments and scientific method together. I think that's really fun. There's so many options, HSLDA, things like Memoria, Scholé, True North. I mean, there are so many online programs that are live online classes, so your kids are making friends. And then with history, I would encourage living books, just because I'm a huge fan of that approach to history.
She said 180 days because I was nervous. Science, The Good and the Beautiful. Also, The Good and the Beautiful Constitution course.
Okay.
That's it.
I would move from that. I think you're ready.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And if anybody is curious about what we do in Thrive Homeschool Community and if it would be a fit for you, just ask. Otherwise, I'm going to just answer your homeschooling questions.
I have a 2-year-old.
Okay, 2-year-old.
When should I start homeschooling?
Well, you're homeschooling now, but officially preschool around 3 is when I would start preschool stuff. Minimal, play-based. We've all read the studies. Fun, ignite their love for learning, nothing too academic or harsh, starting at age 3. Samantha's cracking me up.
starting with a 2nd, 6th, and 7th grader. I am so lost and so anxious.
Okay, wait. First year, 2nd, 6th, and
7th grade.
Girl, are you in Thrive? Can you please join Thrive like tonight and we can start talking tomorrow? That's big. That's big to do, starting the 3 grade levels all at once. And Mamas in Thrive are here. They can help you out too.
What's Thrive?
Okay, so Thrive Homeschool Community is where you go to get all of the training, advice, and how-tos you need to build a successful homeschool. We go through all of it. We have 4 live office hours per month. We split you up by your age and stage of your kids. We have mentors in Thrive. You can meet all of the mentors. Well, there's 3 of us, all of us, on the latest podcast that went out last week. And then part 2 is coming out Wednesday, not tomorrow. And just go to the page. If you're curious what Thrive is, go to the page on the, okay, on IG, it's the wrong way. On TikTok, it's the right way. The button. And go to the Thrive page so you can learn all about it and see if it's a fit for you. No pressure. We're not a fit for everybody. We're definitely a growth mindset girly group. We are ultra supportive, ultra encouraging, very problem solving. So we are where super intentional homeschool parents that really want to do a good job come, and no problem is too small. We tackle it. We have lots of moms whose kids have special needs in there. The whole range of everything, 2E, gifted, all of it. So.
Kennedy, new here.
Yes.
How many hours per day is recommended for pre-K to 1st grade homeschool?
Yes, Kennedy, download my free How to Homeschool guide. I have a chart in there that's the range for all of the grade levels.
Aaron Davis said, and no judgment.
And no judgment. No judgment.
Oh, 4-year-old learning how to read. What curriculum should I use?
You should use a phonics-based, science of reading-based curriculum to teach every child to read. So a lot of people talk about it has to be all OG. It's not. That's not. You do want that. You're on the right track if you're buying an OG curriculum. Every website now says OG. There's other components to what makes solid foundational reading skills great and set your kids up for success. So you want it to support the science of reading. And if the curriculum says Orton Gillingham, which is what OG means, then you're off to a good start. Yes.
Oh, Rebecca, Thrive is amazing, especially as a first-year homeschooler.
Oh.
Julie G, I'm in Thrive starting my 3rd year, and Thrive has so many resources.
Oh, you guys are so sweet.
Oh, 7th grader needs
Thank you,
a
ladies.
writing curriculum.
Pardon?
Writing curriculum.
Yeah, so in my free curriculum recommendations, my professional recommendations, I have a whole section in there on writing. So go download it. I have a 21-page How to Homeschool guide. I have a homeschool 5-minute free style finder quiz. I have free download of all of my curriculum recommendations by subject. And then what else is relevant for this time of year in my freebies? I think those are probably the 3 most. Yeah, the deschooling one, maybe. But if they come into Thrive, they get deschooled. So, yeah.
Emil Hu, in California, starting our homeschooling with a charter for my K and TK kiddos.
Awesome.
Is this the only way to get funding for curriculum? We took the survey and got Waldorf, Charlotte Mason, Montessori.
Yes.
Insta.
Yes. And she's on Instagram. Right. So there are, you can get different pedagogies of curriculum reimbursed by your state. They just have to be, they would have to have applied and been okayed by the state for you to get your reimbursement for it. So I know of Charlotte Mason curricula that has been approved by California. Now that they had to take out all religion to get approved, But you can do that and you can absolutely get reimbursements. And it's a big debate right now on like, should homeschoolers take state funds? Should they not? I had a big discussion this morning just with someone in Thrive and then also other people and just how to handle this situation. But that is how you can absolutely get reimbursements in a lot of states for your homeschooling. Know what you're doing, though. Know what rights you're giving up if you are taking state funding. Know your state really well. If you guys are not part of your state homeschooling organization, here's what you guys need to know is that there is, in every state, there is one main organization that is fighting to preserve your homeschooling rights. A lot of people don't realize that homeschooling rights across the nation are pretty tenuous. They're pretty fragile. And there aren't that many people watching over your rights. In some cases, it's one person looking over parental rights and homeschooling rights. If you love your freedom to homeschool your kiddos and you do not want the government infringing on it and telling you what to do, I would be one of those people. Look up your state org and join it. Sometimes to join them, it's totally free. I use my state org as my umbrella school. I think I pay, $99 a year. And then they make things easier for me because they're my umbrella school. It might be a little bit more than that now. It's low. I mean, for all 4 kids, it's that. So, I mean, what do we pay for one baseball season, right? So I cannot emphasize enough how important it is that you are aware of your state organization, your homeschool state organization. And even if you aren't, a lot of them are faith-based, but please know, even if you aren't faith-based, they are the ones fighting for your homeschooling rights. So let's just join Team Homeschool here because we want to preserve our homeschooling rights. Yes.
Awake but not woke is back.
Oh, I've missed you.
She says, I'm on the board of that homeschool group now. What a change in 3 years, thanks to you.
Oh my goodness. I think you might know my friends. I'm not going to say her name on the live right now. Awake but not woke. Where have you been?
She says,
I miss you. Will you message me? I want the update. I know life got hard there for a minute.
Son is week on, week off with dad. Just started 5th grade homeschooling.
Okay.
What can I do to retain what he learns well here if at dad's there's no education?
Oh, that's tough. None at dad's, none at all. So I do quite a few. In a lot of these cases, even if the women are in Thrive, I am doing consultations because this is tricky. And especially when you have to turn things in, get the other parent's approval for things. Usually it's pretty rough. Okay, you did. Okay, awesome. Retention is an issue. There are some things I want to meet you. I want to meet you and talk about some things and find out the situation with the other parent. And is there anything that we can do? It's not really that great to be homeschooling 1 week and then 0. That spottiness is not really great. So yeah, that's not ideal.
Yeah. Dad says he'll figure it out as he gets older.
Okay. Oh boy. All right. Yeah.
Anna says, can you talk about Abeka arithmetic math versus the good and the beautiful math?
I don't know. Is Abeka spiral? I know the good and the beautiful is. I don't know if Abeka